Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Our top story this evening, shocking surveillance video of an armed robbery at a Sarasota home.
The video shows the robbery victim defending himself and his home with a machete. 5 South Florida men have been arrested in connection to the armed robbery on Dodge Avenue early this morning. Sheriff's deputies say surveillance video from the home shows exactly what happened. Around 5 o'clock this morning, 3 men armed with a shotgun, machete, and a crowbar came charging after the homeowner. 2 suspects eventually ran off, but the victim was able to arm himself with a machete, a large one, and then hold one of the suspects until sheriff's deputies were able to arrive. Soon after, deputies were able to find the 4 other suspects who were at a gas station on Fruitville Road. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says they will not tolerate this type of criminal activity.
They came over here. Here in Sarasota County, we don't really appreciate these type of things. Good work of some detectives and deputies allowed for us to catch these guys, make the arrest, and it ended up being at the end of the day, it ended up being a good case, and no one got hurt.
All 5 men face armed robbery charges and are being held at the Sarasota County Jail without bond. The investigation is ongoing, and additional charges are pending.
Now to new developments surrounding the former Punta Gorda police officer responsible for shooting and killing a woman during a citizens training academy. Lee Cole has applied for disability benefits based on being treated for PTSD, but it will still likely be months before a decision will be made on whether that request will be approved. Cole was fired from his position at the Punta Gorda Police Department in May and still faces manslaughter charges for the death of Mary Knowlton. Cole's case is expected to go to trial next year.
Now to a massive deal that could eventually revolutionize the way people buy groceries. Amazon is buying Whole Foods in a move that gives it hundreds of stores across the United States. Amazon is buying the grocer for nearly $14 billion in cash. Whole Foods will continue to operate under that name as a separate unit of the company. Experts say the deal shows Amazon's interest in operating traditional brick-and-mortar stores. It also demonstrates the company's growing interest in groceries. Amazon already has a grocery delivery service called Amazon Fresh.
And for consumers, it probably means interesting new ways to purchase food that haven't yet been really tried.
Whole Foods CEO John Mackey will also remain to lead the grocer, which will keep its headquarters in Austin, Texas. This deal is expected to close in the second half of the year. Here on the Suncoast, we have one Whole Foods on First Street in Sarasota, and a second one is currently being built on University Parkway. Well, in just 5 years, a national financial company is predicting that 25% of the nation's shopping malls will close as more shoppers turn to the internet instead of brick-and-mortar stores.
But here on the Suncoast, experts say the retail industry is actually thriving. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from University Town Center to explain the key to retail success. Jess.
Good evening, Haley and Scott. Malls are getting fuller, storefront rents are getting higher, and retailers are seeing a profit, according to Sarasota commercial realtors. But it isn't because people are going into malls and looking for that perfect outfit like they used to. As a frequent shopper of the Westfield Siesta Key Mall, Bonnie Silvestri has watched the mall change over the past couple of years.
The loss of Saks Fifth Avenue, which was the anchor store, the loss of Dillard's has been kind of heartbreaking for that mall, but they're going into this whole regeneration of the mall.
That mall is not alone. We're seeing the same trends at Westfield Sarasota Square and the DeSoto Square Mall.
Mall in Sarasota, you see a lot more empty buildings, so a lot more empty businesses, a lot more empty storefronts. And right now those are being filled with galleries, actually, because you got to make use of the space somehow.
It's out with the old and in with the new. That's what some say is the key to the Suncoast's thriving retail industry.
That's what you're starting to find in retail right now, is a big shift towards experiences versus just show up at the store and buy something.
Commercial real estate companies are seeing restaurants drive the retail industry, as well as movie theaters. Going to the mall has become less about shopping.
It's becoming very specialized, and that's what's filling retail. It's that experience, it's that destination.
However, some shoppers like William Siff prefer to do their shopping online.
Well, with Amazon and eBay and Alibaba, I mean, they bring it right to the condo.
And William isn't alone. Millennials are making 54% of their purchases online.
Online retailing is the buzz right now, and while that there's a lot of it happening, and Amazon's a big player in that. It's only 9% of retail sales right now are online.
Expert predictions show that the future is a mix of storefront and online shopping.
There's some suggestion that maybe some of the storefronts might become really more of outlets for online retailing, where somebody can come and maybe experience the good and hold it in their hands and experience it that way, then maybe order it online through the store's website.
And it's already happening. Economists say while the Tesla store inside of UTC may not sell a lot of cars, shoppers are checking them out and then buying them elsewhere. Now, as far as why some chain retailers like JCPenney, Sears, and Macy's have been closing some of their store doors, economists say it's because a lot of millennials don't want to shop in the same stores that their parents did, and because these shoppers' stores didn't change with shoppers' demands. Live at University Town Center, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. Well, it is Friday. We're celebrating that, and you can enjoy a free outdoor concert tonight right on Sarasota Bay.
Yeah, it's the first Friday Fest of the summer. ABC 7's Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now live from the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall with more. Bob?
Doug Denning and the Jewel Tones right now taking the main stage here at the Van Wezel. Some rockabilly, you can hear that nice music right there. And I'll tell you, a pretty nice afternoon too. Really no significant rainfall around. Most of that is inland, and it should stay that way for the most part. There's a slight chance for a coastal shower, but not much. Get a look at the rain. Again, heavy along the east coast. Had a little bit more of a west-southwesterly wind component, which is blowing everything inland, although there are a few light rain showers offshore. Most of the activity, if it does develop, pushes quickly off to the east. Well, we are in the hurricane season, and we got something brewing down there in the Western Caribbean. You can see all the deep convection developing near Jamaica and in the Western Caribbean. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit and where that may be headed. And as far as our overall forecast is concerned here, things looking pretty good. So come on out. A lot of people already here for the first Friday Fest of this summer, and things are looking pretty good this evening. We'll have much more on the weekend weather forecast for Father's Day, and we'll take a look at two tropical systems that have some pretty good potential of developing over the next several days. Details on all that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Questions surround the future of a popular park in Venice.
Tonight, a petition to keep Wellfield Park open has garnered more than 1,000 signatures so far. But why is this petition even needed? ABC 7's Christopher Bradley joins us now live in Venice to explain. Christopher?
Good evening, Scott and Haley. Wellfield Park has long been the hub of youth sports in South Sarasota County. But with its ever-growing popularity comes an increased need for maintenance.
We estimated roughly that during like a game day during season, we have about 1,000 people that come through.
Wellfield Park is a well-used park within the city of Venice. It is, however, not a well-maintained park.
Our roof actually blew off of Letson Stadium onto our concession awning.
During a recent and intense thunderstorm, the building sustained serious damage.
The Vikings are responsible for the building repairs.
Who pays for the park and repairs has long been an issue. The park is owned by the city of Venice but maintained by Sarasota County through an interlocal agreement. However, that maintenance is only up to $5,000 a year.
It doesn't really matter to us who maintains it or, owns the fields.
While the Venice Vikings are working to raise the money necessary to make repairs, the rest of the park needs work too.
To the tune of an estimate of about $500,000 a year over the next 5 years.
But who pays for that? Venice's mayor has been trying for years to get Sarasota County to contribute more.
Give us the same level of service that you would at Twin Lakes, that you would at the Inglewood complex.
On Friday, Mayor Hollick met with a county commissioner to discuss the matter.
He doesn't know if there's money available from the county either at this time, but at least he understands our position.
And the users of the park hope both governments know how important the park is to them.
They need to know that we need it here, so it needs to stay, and they need to know how important that is to us.
The city of Venice estimates that of all the people who use this park daily, only about 12% are City of Venice residents paying city taxes that go towards maintaining this park. The remainder of those users are guessed to be members from the county. That's why the city has such a hard push at asking Sarasota County to put more money over to maintaining Wellfield Park. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. The city of Sarasota is considering a new campaign called Ready for 100 that aims to drastically reduce its carbon footprint. A group of organizations and nonprofits known as the Sarasota Climate Justice Coalition, along with several local businesses, wrote to commissioners to pitch this idea. The goal is to power the city of Sarasota with 100% zero-emission energy sources by the year 2045 and power city operations in the same way by 2030 instead of relying on renewable energy resources like solar power.
We're realizing that our federal government and here in our state, they're really not doing much to move renewable energy forward, and so one way we can do that is on a very local level, at the city level.
City commissioners will consider this plan at Monday night's commission meeting.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the investigation widens into possible Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. elections. What the president is saying about those accusations.
And ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back, joining us from Friday Fest at the Van Wezel with your forecast. And beware of someone else's advice about getting more sleep, why your partner may be doing more harm than good. That's coming up in Health Smart.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
There's a puppy palooza on the Suncoast, and it needs your help. I'm Joey Panic. On Suncoast View, we check in on our guide dog Wrigley's progress and see how Southeastern Guide Dogs needs your help to change lives. Net neutrality is all over the news. What does it actually mean to your life? Plus, Dr. Jenny gets us educated on testosterone, and Blue Mangrove joins us in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Fresh out of the box, the Alfa Romeo won us over. We went in skeptical and left in awe of this gorgeous machine. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Bell Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knock in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I'm Alan Cohn. United in the face of tragedy, Congress is denouncing an attack on its members as an investigation into President Trump intensifies.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
It does things that seem impossible. Feeling like it could change direction while airborne. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
President Trump unleashes on Twitter about the Russia investigation, once again calling it a witch hunt.
But the president is also confirming some elements of news reports about this probe. ABC's Lana Zach has more on Trump's response to these allegations.
President Trump is railing against the independent investigation amid reports that his actions are being reviewed for possible obstruction of justice. The president tweeting, "I am being investigated for firing the FBI director by the man who told me to fire the FBI director. Witch hunt." Those tweets seem to confirm that the president is among the people under investigation by special counsel Bob Mueller, who was appointed by the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. In a memo to the president, Rosenstein raised concerns over former Director James Comey's performance, but it's Mueller, not Rosenstein, who is heading the investigation. But ABC News has learned that Rosenstein has started to discuss recusing himself from the investigation, which would make him the third person to recuse himself from the probe. And while the president may be commenting on Twitter, he was mum when asked for clarification as he traveled to Miami today. The White House appears to be pedaling back from the president's tweet, saying that it does not confirm that he is under investigation, but otherwise his tweets speak for themselves. Also, Vice President Pence has decided to hire private lawyers to respond to any inquiries from the special counsel, but he brushed it off as routine.
It's very routine.
There is no indication at all that Pence is part of this investigation. ABC News has also confirmed one more person retaining legal representation in the Russia probe, the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
The Washington Post reports that there is another member of the Trump administration who may be under investigation, Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and special advisor. Kushner's lawyers say that he will provide any information he knows about Russian-related matters. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
Right now, there is a live, free entertainment concert going on at the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall in Sarasota.
Doug Hemming and the Jewel Tones are performing for Friday Fest, the first one of the summer. ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan already there enjoying the music. Bob?
Yeah, you're talking about right now, Friday Fest, man. It's happening. Doug Deming and the Jewel Tones right there playing it. It's a dancing music right now, and a nice breeze coming off the bay. Not bad. No rain in sight. Things looking pretty good as far as it goes. Let's go to the Van Wezel webcam right now and show you how nice things are right here. This is Friday Fest, the first one of the month, and things are looking pretty good for this event tonight. If you see anything at all, it'll be a brief shower, but not much. And you can see we've had some nice weather today along the coast, just occasional showers late in the morning, early afternoon, but all in all, fairly quiet conditions along the coast. Most of the action is inland, and that's a direct result of this west to southwesterly wind flow we've seen over the past couple of days now, which puts the main focus on the inland areas. Here's the headlines as they read. Isolated coastal showers in the morning and then inland storms in the afternoon. We're watching this tropical development down to our south. The chances of it developing over the next couple of days, not so great, but over the next 5 days, 60% chance. And there are two schools of thought here. One takes it toward Texas, another takes it towards the north into the Gulf of Mexico. The second scenario would bring us a lot of rainfall here. So we're hoping for the other one, the first one, taking it further off to the west. We've got enough rain to last us for a while here anyway. Trough of low pressure in the Gulf continues to push to the south. That's giving us that westerly component. You can see from the radar all those big storms now moving to the east coast as opposed to the west coast, which is a normal situation. We'll start to get back to a more normal situation on Father's Day, and you'll see that in one of the forecasts. You can see some showers around. They're popping up here and there near Lakewood Ranch and also right along State Road 70 there, some shower activity. As far as the latest sweep goes, some rain near Northport and, as I mentioned, near State Road 70. Well, high pressure has been bumped down to the south of us, and that trough in the Gulf gives us that west to southwest wind flow. That will continue for Saturday. 86 degrees right now, nice breeze, 10 miles an hour out of the west, and the pressure 29.93 inches at this point. Temperatures looking pretty good compared to what we saw a couple of weeks ago when temperatures were in the low 90s, now into the mid 80s. And that wind will switch around just a little bit to the east tonight. We may see an overnight shower that's due to the land breeze, not the sea breeze. And it looks like we could see a few isolated coastal showers in the late morning, early afternoon like we saw today. Most areas staying dry. And then a better chance for inland storms throughout the late afternoon and evening on Saturday. As I mentioned, that changes a little bit on Sunday. Here's a look now at our in-house forecast model showing a more northerly turn. So this model is suggesting more of a northerly turn to our tropical system. Now, this system will not bring us a big wind storm, but it will bring us a big rainstorm. Another one out there in the Atlantic we're watching, it has a big chance developing as well over the next 5 days, but that one has a long way to go before it has any impact on any land area. Well, here's a look now at the next 7 days. Tomorrow, a slight chance for a shower. Sunday, 60% chances, and then we'll be watching the tropics closely late Sunday and through Monday and Tuesday. If this thing were to develop, we would definitely see a lot of rainfall here, and the biggest concern would be the potential for some flooding issues here. We'll have much more on our weather, and come on out. Friday Fest, it's happening. Good weather. Bring your fun. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. Suncoast Traffic Watch right now. No crashes in the immediate area, but on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, we do have an accident there, and you can see it is backing up traffic as you head south on the span. A lot of red on the map there in the southbound lanes on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge.
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, if your significant other has tried to help you with your insomnia, they're likely doing more harm than good. That's according to a study by Australian researchers. The help they offered wasn't necessarily the right advice. 74% of partners encouraged early bedtimes or late wake-up times, even though sleep experts recommend against those type of practices for people with insomnia. Other common suggestions included reading or watching TV in bed, taking naps, using caffeine, taking sleeping pills, or drinking alcohol before bed. Behaviors also discouraged by sleep experts. The number of high school and middle school students who use e-cigarettes as well as other tobacco products has decreased for the first time in years. That's according to a report released by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. CDC staff says the bad news, there are still about 3.9 million U.S. youth who use tobacco products. That equates to about 20% of surveyed high school students and 7% of middle school students who reported using tobacco in 2016. Coming up, a discovery in the Florida Everglades, what one hunter found near a state park. Plus, a wildlife rescue in Manatee County, how these baby ducklings got stuck and then freed. That's coming up.
What's a nice Jewish girl to do when she can't introduce her WASP boyfriend to her conservative parents? Hire an actor. Hilarious and insightful, Bo Jest is at the Players Center June 14th through the 25th, and it's your ticket to a sizzling summer. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Don't miss Bo Jest.
I dropped it on the floor, and he stepped on it.
No matter how you broke your smartphone, there's only one smart way to fix it. Batteries plus bulbs. Schedule your repair at batteriesplus.com.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
I heard about the Ducklings Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Ducklings Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Ducklings Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
The devastating fire that struck a high-rise tower in London may have been so intense that it's destroyed much of the DNA evidence needed to identify the victims. So far, 30 people are confirmed dead. As firefighters keep searching the charred ruins of the housing complex with dogs and drones, police say there's a chance they may not be able to identify everyone. Experts say the intensity of Wednesday's fire at the 24-story building will be making naming the victims extremely difficult. Well, there's one less python and possibly even more to worry about in the Florida Everglades. A contract hunter who helps the state clear the Everglades of the species found a female python near Everglades Holiday Park. But she wasn't alone. She had 40 eggs, which if hatched could result in hundreds and eventually thousands more pythons.
They're eating stuff that our native animals should be eating. They're eating rabbits, they're eating mice, they're eating stuff that our foxes would be eating, or whatever else is out there.
Pythons are blamed for declining mammal populations in the Everglades. So to combat the problem, the state is hiring more python hunters and expanding the area where they can stalk those invasive snakes.
An amazing photo of Jupiter shows the planet has clouds of many colors. NASA released these pictures taken last month by the Juno spacecraft. The image was enhanced to show the color differences. As you can see, not all storm clouds are the same over Jupiter. Some are white, some are cream colored. One looks like it might be orange. The Juno spacecraft was launched in 2011 on a mission to gain a better understanding of the largest planet in our solar system. It arrived to Jupiter last July. A group effort in Manatee County to rescue 3 little ducklings. The 3 ducklings were trapped inside a storm drain in West Bradenton yesterday. Volunteers with Wildlife Inc., an education and rehab center, and a few nearby men helped pull the cover off, and they fished the ducks out with a net. The ducklings are now being raised in rehab at the center. Oh, they're so cute.
We see this story often, don't we?
Yeah, and it's amazing how these small little creatures, they can, they can come back and they can get them out of those precarious places. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, President Trump announces a new policy on Cuba that targets travel and cash flow.
How those changes will affect people living in Florida and here on the Suncoast. The story coming up.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.